Hi, welcome to Hoover Hill Farms. I always try to do videos on my puppies around 7 weeks old, and this is my only female. She was born June of 2026 on the 14th, and this is Miss Taffy. Now, Miss Taffy is a very rare color. Now, her daddy cost me $4,000. He is also a rare color, and so is his mom. So I picked two colors that are rare. Mom is an auburn red, and dad is a tricolor phantom. And after you take their DNA testing and get their health issues, and a lot of people ask me, why are your puppies, $2,600? Well, when you go on the internet and you look for puppies, they're a lot more than that. But because I'm from Kentucky, I'm trying to provide the best breed that I can that's still more affordable and a rare color, and I just love rare colors. Now with sit girl, sit. Thank you. Now I'm gonna give you a close up of her. She actually, poodle puppies are not supposed to shed. These are AKC registered, which means that mommy and daddy, they're thoroughbreds. They're the best. They're the top of the line. But they do have a problem with their eyes. And so that's why I choose colors, because I don't want to have to clean them 4 or 5 times a day, and I don't want to deal with the staining. So if you deal with the red and you mix it with my male, and I've been a breeder of many different animals throughout my life, then it's so much easier to maintain. And that's what I like. I also like, if I'm going to spend this much money, I want a poodle that's going to stand out. Now, these are toy or miniature poodles. A lot of people ask me, what's the difference? Okay, well, it's the size. Okay, a toy poodle is 10 inches and under, and then a miniature is 10 inches and above. And so, she's going to be somewhere at her weight, she's going to be anywhere from 7 pounds to 10 pounds. And I don't like breeding very small, tiny toy poodles because they have too many health issues. And when you do their DNA testing, dwarfism is always a problem, which, comes to hip problems. I'm not going to deal with it. I want, when I breed, I buy the top of the line. And it took me a long time to find my male and my female. They were very expensive. And I got the DNA testing, and I did take them to my vet to make sure that everything was okay to breed them prior to buying them. So you're getting the top of the line. So I want to give you a display of her, and we're going to go ahead and brush her real quick. Thank you. Now, her personality. Now, I have explained to people, my mom, which is Jaja, she's a lap dog, does anything to please you. And my male dog, he's more, a little bit shy, a homebody, and, a lover boy, sweet as can be. But he just likes, he likes to just, love on me, but he doesn't like to, he's more independent, than Jaja. Jaja's like, she wants to be on my lap. She wants my attention 24/7. And, that's great, but I will tell you, that takes a lot of energy when you have a dog that does that. So the other thing, so I want to try to give you a visual because, I have a lot of people, most people out of states buy my dogs. So this is Miss Taffy, and she has the beautiful coloring. Now that's the phantom color, and the mask, which is wonderful, the black nose, and then she also has the U shape. Now the U shape is wonderful because when you have the poodles that have more of a triangle shape, you cannot do certain haircuts with them. And she has the haircut. Now I just want you to see how she lets me manage her. And of course, I trimmed their bums and trim their nails, and you can tell she's so comfortable. And their tails curl. She's got a little bit of color on her tails, okay, and she's got a little bit of color here. And I'm going to do this way with you. She's got some coloring here on her back, but she's so comfortable. Because I do this with my dogs, see how relaxed she is? She's not grabbing a hold of me. She's not afraid to be lifted up. She is totally trusting me. How many times have you ever picked up a puppy and they grab you by the hand? Not my poodles. That's because they're so loved and they trust me. Now, she's the smartest out of the bunch. She has sit. Can you sit for me, please? Sit. Good. Sit. Good girl. Now, she learned to potty train. She's almost completely potty trained. She did really, really well with grooming. She will let you do just about anything you want with her. She will sit in your lap and not be squiggly. She will let me, put her into a cradle position. She totally trusts me. She's so relaxed. She has a good appetite. This is her belly. She has a good appetite. And when you have a dog that has a good appetite, she's easy to train. But, she is a little shy. And I've noticed that. When we come in, she likes to, she's independent a little bit more. But she needs to be that reinforcement. And she is just a little bit shy. I've noticed that about her. But that's a good point because she's protecting herself. Now, I stopped docking my poodles' tails. As you can see, they curl. That's actually a top breeder sign of poodles. And I believe that she is going to be, a large toy. And I want to give you all of her aspects so that you can see her. Isn't she absolutely adorable? She is so adorable. And she will, let me do anything. Like I'm rubbing her teeth right now because we're working on the toothbrush. There we go. See how good she is? And she just loves to be cuddled. So, when I'm going to sit down. When I go outside, I put them in my lap and every day, to see what or how the poodles react sitting in a person's lap. She's not swiggly. She's so comfortable. And she is like, I have to hold her with my bottom. She's just so lovable and so sweet and so calm. But she does have that little bit of shyness about her, so you have to remember that. And I always try to match up my poodles with the right breeder. She would do fine with a family, with, girls. She's not going to do very well with boys roughhousing. She was the first one, like I said, that potty trained. She was the first one that learned to sit really quick and easy. She's super, super smart. But she also does not like to be handled roughly. She, certain things, like she's a good eater, but certain things, she starts shaking and she gets a little nervous when you go too fast for her. But she's available and she's right almost at 7 weeks old. And that's, usually when I like to do a one-on-one with my puppies when they're available so that you can actually, see them at this age. A lot of breeders will show you at 2 or 3 weeks. No, because she's so independent. She can be sold, at 8 weeks. So this is Miss Taffy. And she is just such a sweet, you can see her. She's such a sweetheart. She will let me just about do anything I want with her. And can you stance? She has a good disposition. Her legs, her arms, everything is just the way it's supposed to be. And she's got her daddy's hair is really, really thick. And her mom's hair is a little bit finer. She's like between 1 and a 10, 10 being really thick. She's got the perfect hair. It's like about an 8. So it's not so thick that it's unmanageable, but it's still manageable. Because, King takes me forever to groom him, where Jaja's got the finer hair, and that's where she gets that from. And like I said, so right now in my program, there she goes. I always love rubbing their teeth because, I did a video on how to brush their teeth, and I use a sonic toothbrush, and I start them out with a regular toothbrush till they get a certain age. But, with her, she is like, I put the shears on her. She just picks up on things really quick, and she doesn't get upset. And I will show you this. Like, I can go ahead, whoops, I lost my balance. That was my fault. Okay, come here. Good girl. Like, she loves, like, I can put her in my belly and put support here. Do you know she will stay here all day? She just loves it. So, she's perfect to hang out with, play dress up, and she's curious. She's very playful, loves new toys. She loves new toys. She loves new food, but she's so smart. She's so intelligent. She knows when she's tired, and when she's tired, she wants to sleep. And when she sleeps, she likes her own privacy, or she has slept with me. But in other words, she's not like a mama's girl. She's a little bit more independent that way. Let me pull her out. Give me, baby. And then when I go ahead, let's just see how she does. Okay. Look at me. Good girl. That's a good girl. We're gonna flip her upside down. That's a good girl. Okay, let's clip your nails. Let's pretend like we're clipping her nails. Good girl. Okay, put your head back. Oh, you're gonna hold on. Now see, she held on a little bit. There. Oh, okay. Let's see what I can do. Let's see what I can do. You gonna trust me? Let's see what I can do. You gonna trust me? Good girl. See? Good girl. There. And I always try to put them in a cuddle position to build trust. Good. Oh, you're such a good girl. And she has, I'm going to mess with your eyes. Let me clean your eyes. Let me look at your teeth. Can I look at your teeth? Oh, they look good. Oh, can I look at your ears? Oh, they look good. Can I look at your paws? So, this is, she's allowing me to do all this. And she is only 7 weeks old. Oh, I'm sorry. I lost my, you got to support them. So, let me put her up here. Oh, I love you. I love all my puppies. And, if you're interested in buying her, I do interviews. I do try to match up my puppies, knock on wood. I've been a breeder for 5 years for toy poodles and a breeder of other animals for many years. And I have all of my poodles placed in really good homes that still contact me. And they're so happy with my poodles. Now, I teach them how to sit, crate train, come. We're working on the command, stay, potty training, ring the bell, go outside. I live on a farm, okay? I do not live in the city. So when I raise my puppies in home, I treat them the same way I do like if they were my dogs. And they have to learn to go potty outside. And that's just the way it is. And I also teach them to go potty on a pee pad because, their tummies are so small. And when you buy a puppy, you have to have their own little room for them. So if you're gone for very long, you could put them in their crate, but they're going to pee in their crate. So I always say, I train mine to go on a pee pad. You leave their crate open. You make sure that it's child safe, no electrical outlets, nothing like that. You put toys down for them, water down for them, some, kibbles down for them. Everything is safe. Put the pee pad where you need to put it, their food, their water, and put their crate in there in their little small little room. And when you get them home, they've already done that here at my house. So, this is part of my program. And I think because I want them transition to your home and make it easier on you, because, poodles, babies, of any kind of babies, they just take a lot of work. So I am trying to do the work and knock out, all the first steps so that it makes the transition earlier. So like right now, mom is, this was last night, and they're getting close to, going on 8 weeks, and their vet is August the 9th. So she will be available August the 10th. And I need to separate mom from the babies so that you don't go through the screaming and crying and the whining when, you get a poodle. I'm just so sensitive to all this stuff. Well, anyway, this is Miss Taffy, and she is absolutely beautiful, and she's so calm. And this is 2026. She was born on June the 14th, and she's available. Now, you can always contact me. I'm on Google Maps, Hoover Hill Farms, Utica, Kentucky. I'm on AKC Marketplace, the same thing, Hoover Hill Farms, Utica, Kentucky. I'm on Facebook. I'm an open book. You can come visit me anytime you want. Now, I have her available and a male available. So if you're not sure what you want, you need to come out and pick one, because don't judge by their gender. I've done this, I've done this for 5 years, and every dog, I don't care if they're male or female, they all have their own different personalities. And if you're not going to breed them, they're going to get fixed anyway. So you really want to base it on their personalities. And I try to match up their personalities to the right owner. So if I was to sum up Miss Taffy, she's smart, she's intelligent, she's calm. She's a little shy and nervous to new things, so you need to be a little patient with her. She learns quickly. She's a good eater, and she loves to be loved. She's easy to handle for grooming, cutting her nails, as long as you are slow like I am, and sweet and nice to her. Anyway, I love you guys. You have a blessed day. Bye-bye.